everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Kat. So you guys know I'm in Houston and we just had Hurricane Beryl visiting Houston on Monday, and let me tell you, it left a very strong mark. You see all the fallen branches overflowing by you, broken fences around the neighborhood, and some houses, unfortunately, the leaking roofs. 2.5 million people lost power, and I think there's still, over like 700,000 people don't have power yet. Well, luckily we're all good. We stayed in the house the whole day. We did lose power for like maybe 5-6 hours. Not too bad at all. Anyways, it's the time to talk about why I left my previous consulting job. Well, if you are new to my channel, a really quick recap of kind of the old me. I originally from China and then got my PhD in biology here in the United States. Then I joined a boutique life science consulting firm based in Boston. I spent over 10 years working on the bench since college, so it was a bit bittersweet moment for me to leave academia and join life science consulting after my graduation, a bit over 3 years ago now. So why did I quit life science consulting? First, I want to preface by saying I did enjoy a lot of my work in life science consulting, at least in my previous firm. On my channel, I have said multiple times that I really enjoyed my consulting projects. They were fun, interesting, and brand new to me, so I learned a ton across the healthcare industry, from diagnostic to therapeutics. Also, it happened to be the COVID times, so I worked on like very new and just different COVID cases as well. That you can say is pretty much like once in a lifetime. Or at least I hope the pandemic is once in a lifetime. Well, I loved working with people on my team, regardless if when I was a team member or a team leader. And pretty much everyone was just really driven and passionate about what we do. And of course, there were a few cases that were more challenging than others, but I'm sure that happens to everyone and to every firm. It could be a difficult client or a chaotic schedule that, half of the team were sick, let's say, you name it, just circumstances. But overall, I can't complain my experience in my previous company and projects. So the reason why I left my old job is a little bit more complex. I honestly can't say, just one factor really triggered it or, forced me to do the leap, but just many things kind of combined and contribute to my decision to leave. So for me, the first thing is I want to stay in Houston long term. So my previous consulting company, as I said, the main headquarters in Boston, they do have a few US and international locations, but none of them are in Texas. It kind of makes sense because, big pharma and rising biotechs are mostly in the Bay Area and northeast side of the coast, like Boston or New York. While, Texas or Houston in general is more like, if you think about it, oil and gas or aerospace engineering like NASA, such kind of industry. Though again, I have to say, Houston does have the world's largest medical center, right? We have a lot of hospitals, a lot of innovation as well, and we're building more, like there's more expansion going on. But of course, I have to admit that, it's a bit lagging behind compared to either coasts. However, Houston is the place I want to stay long term. Maybe it's not for you, maybe, you hate the Texas heat or the cowboy culture or whatever, but I really like it. I also mentioned in my other videos, I can handle the snow and cold places. I also have many friends and family here. People are super nice, you can really experience the Southern hospitality, and especially in the suburbs, like our neighborhood, we do block parties together, we do game nights together, we help each other out through hurricane season. On top of that, the cost of living is superb in Houston compared to other places. In addition, I'm a big foodie, especially the Asian food in Houston is top notch. And obviously it's only going to be better as there's just so much land here to build more Asian restaurants and expand. there are more food streets and more restaurants coming to the Houston area or Chinatown. And I can literally spare just one whole video talking about Asian food in Houston, right? And how the Chinatown here is just so much better than those in other major cities. I mean, I've been to most of them. Well, we not only have Asian food, we also have others, right? Like Mexicans, Tex-Mex, barbecue, Cajun, and the list goes on. Anyways, obviously my previous company was super nice. So they did offer me the option to work from home permanently. Well, the reason why they offered that because I have demonstrated I could work or perform during the COVID time. And I was really grateful for that. So since the end of 2022, the office started opening up to the kind of in-person work, and I've been just working from home. Though I did enjoy working from home, as many of you may relate, I do think in-person relationships are irreplaceable. Throughout 2023, more and more people kind of went back to the office. And of course, the company can also have some mandate office days. And I had a feeling of, missing out. I was once on a project that I was the only person that worked from home. It was a little bit awkward, okay? And I was, the only person on the teams, and the other 4 people in the team just like sit in the conference and chat about the project. I just don't feel like that I'm involved as much. Of course, if I'm more content or I don't care about that, I probably would be okay with this. At the end of the day, working from home does have a lot of benefits. But after kind of reflecting a little bit more by myself, I think consulting is just a lot about relationship building, right? I can join any, lunch with colleagues or participate in any Halloween costume contest or kind of group charity event, which was a big thing in my previous firm. Initially, when I started working from home, I thought, none of this matters because as long as, you do the job and do it well. Well, to a degree, yes. But I personally also enjoy kind of talking to the colleagues, right? Or just grab someone to brainstorm the project. I used to do that when everybody was working from home, right? I could arrange a one-on-one coffee chat over the Zoom or the Teams. But the dynamic really changed after people start going back to the office. In the long term, if I want to be a partner, I need to build a relationship with not only just colleagues, but also clients. And it will be even harder to do so if I work from home, full-time, remotely. Sometimes, clients will come to the office for visits, and if I were in the office, it would be just so nice to meet them face to face, right? And the partner would introduce you to the clients, and you can introduce yourself, kind of just make an impression, right? However, it will never happen to me, and that just means when I climbed the corporate ladder, I never got a chance to build, real meaningful relationships from early on. And that's a big kind of red flag to me. The second big reason is, more through self-reflection. That I want to do something that I can own it and be proud of it. Now I'm still young and just don't have many responsibilities compared to, another 10 years from now. Yes, I'm pregnant, I am expecting a baby, but compared to literally me 10 years from now, I might have more money or resources, but I might be just too afraid to risk something, right? I might have more kids, my parents are going to be older than they are. I might have to take care of them, and I might be comfortable with where I will be, and that's just it. Like I can see my whole life kind of just unwrapped and said and done. What I also learned during my grad school and my kind of consulting time is if you're in a comfortable place for too long, you just don't want to change. And obviously, that's fine, right? For people who think that is fine. But I personally think that is dangerous, because that's like I'm losing my ambition and my passion over time. Maybe that's sad because I can't be, our parents' generation who stays at one job for let's say 30 years. But I think that's the meaning of life for our generation or the generation afterwards. We want excitement and passion when we're working, not just clock in and clock out on the job. Well, you can always argue that you could, have a breakthrough in research or like a big achievement on the job. But what if that never happens, in your 30 years of life? And for most people, that never happens. And how do you even define, let's say, a big achievement? Does it have to be, let's say, a project that defines you as a person, a drug that launched and impacted millions? It's just very hard to measure, and that could mean different things for different people. And I think that's something that was missing a little bit on my consulting job. As consultants, we don't own any of our projects. The project belongs to the client. Once the project is done, it's done, okay? And you move on. You get paid to do the job and not talk about it. Yes, you will get paid, a lot more compared to your peers. But for me, who was trained as a scientist, I was used to own the project and talk about it on conferences with friends and make an impact, though it is very, very small. But I think that is what I want to do more in the future, to make impact. I want to create a project, execute it, make an impact, and be proud of it. Lastly, I think it's a good time for me to jump to something else. I've been in consulting for 3 years and a team leader for a year. That means I have grasped most of the skill sets from consulting. I have worked on over 30 cases, and most of my skills during the twice-a-year performance review have been outstanding. Those could include, let's say, the industry knowledge, leadership skills, analytical skills, or communication. And I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. And I thought it was about time for me to have more time to think and execute on what I want to do long term. Things I have shared with you in my last video about building in the United States is one of them. I'm also actively working on a few other projects, and I will share with you when they are more mature, when the timing is right. So I actually started this channel because I want to provide more resources for PhDs or other advanced degree holders who don't want to stay in academia. Back when I was in grad school, there was so little information about non-traditional career paths, such as consulting or medical science liaison. Now I hope I am still doing that by sharing my non-traditional path with you, which is you don't have to be bound by your PhD title or any other degrees that you have. It's not like if you have a degree of law, you have to be a lawyer, right? People think they spend so much time getting that degree, so they must use it for their job or their career path. But I want to tell you that you don't have to. My philosophy is always pursuing what excites you, what motivates you every day waking up, and just do that. That's it for the video, and thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or experience similar to mine or totally different from mine, welcome to comment below and share with me. If you like this video, please don't forget to thumb up and subscribe. I will see you in the next one.